Ladies and gentlemen of Neighborhood Watch, please just say no to white supremacy and Chinese terrorism in San Jose, California, which left 10 people dead at the VTA and a 14-year-old dead in Miami. And your people of law, all your official people in badges just swept it under the rug. And they get along with their day. They get to drink coffee the next day. Their early morning, they are the real domestic terrorists of America. Make no mistake, Neighborhood Watch, VTA, the police department, and all those other entities. They are the domestic terrorists of America. Whenever you can get a 14-year-old killed and sweep it under the rug like it's just another day, that's a domestic terrorist right there. And make no mistake, ladies and gentlemen, as long as you continue to see these vehicles with one headlight and one tail light, there will be more murder. These are psychological triggers designed for that purpose. SJPD, you hear him trying to do the noise campaign, ladies and gentlemen? That's the fire department right there. As you can see, doing their little noise campaign. Guess he's trying to sound like Jason or something. Subliminals. Ladies and gentlemen, please just say no to white supremacy and Chinese terrorism in America. Predictive policing is white supremacy and Chinese terrorism. I have over 11 years of evidence. I'm not just talking out of my neck. I got the science to back everything I'm saying, all strategically taken evidence. Because, of course, they like to go with a bunch of stuff to sensitize you to, and they want you to go for everything. They want you to record everything so you look crazy. So I strategically took my evidence down for the fact I couldn't get help from the police. Just like the VTA shooter could not get help from the police because there was all types of obstacles they threw in his path, trying to make him take psychological evaluations, placating, gaslighting them over the phone. I have phone calls recorded as well. I can definitely show you that the police were not giving no help to that man. I can show you they were not giving no help to me. They've been trying to turn me into a weapon for over 11 years with psychological warfare, aggression frequencies, microwaves, and I have the evidence to prove everything I'm talking about. More people will die. When you see these vehicles with one headlight and one tail light, those are psychological triggers designed to make people flip out after around-the-clock psychological warfare. And SJPD knows this. VTA knows this. One man did not wake up and decide he was going to kill 8 people for nothing and then kill himself. And then a couple weeks later, somebody else commits suicide. And then all this time afterwards, a lot of people have been going to jail for threats against the VTA. There's something going on with that, don't you think? People are getting tired of their friends dying. People are getting tired of their little blackmail. They've been blackmailed into harassing people. People are getting tired of it, and they're starting to kill themselves and kill other people. And it's going to keep going on, and SJPD knows this. For whatever agenda they have, because I can't put my finger on the agenda, but I do know more people will die. And this isn't a program that's just going on in San Jose, California. It's been going on for a while, all over the place, all over the state, all over the world pretty much. And I can correlate different stories, different people who have died, and they've gotten on the TV and swept it under the rug with pretty much the same script. calling the person a monster, not letting you know that that person is a monster that they created. They're also not telling you that the general public is in danger. Whenever you see these one headlights and one tail light vehicles, you are in danger. There is a targeted individual within that vicinity that has probably been harassed for Lord knows how long. And they know there's ticking time bombs all over the place. I'm a ticking time bomb. But instead of killing people or killing myself, this is how I choose to vent out. This is how I choose to expose. I'm not going to kill myself or anyone else. I'm just going to try and expose it until they kill me. Because I know this isn't something they're going to let me get away with. But I don't care. It's been 11 years. 11 years of psychological warfare. 11 years of having to put up with their bullshit and not do anything about it. So, you know, if you don't like what I'm doing, I'm sorry to hear about that. This is my legal right to protest. And right now I'm protesting my life and a lot of other lives that are being taken off this planet because they want to play silly psychological bullshit games and flip people out, make people go crazy, make people feel like they have to kill other people and themselves just to get peace. This is your police department, your fire department, your EMTs. These are the people causing people to kill themselves and kill other people. And it's going to keep going on. I have over 11 years evidence in the science to back everything I'm saying. They can say they're cleaning up the streets with this program, but the science tells you that's bullshit. And I have the science to back everything I'm saying. Just the one headlight vehicles alone is enough to cause paranoia within someone. And I've been stabbed by someone getting out of a one headlight vehicle, and they still continue to throw the psychological harassment and still trying to trigger me with one headlight vehicles. If there's an innocent person driving a vehicle with one headlight, and I decide that I'm getting tired of people harassing me with vehicles with one headlight, what if I get out and that innocent person happens to be the one that, you know, I cause violence against? I don't know, because they're following me all over the place, harassing me with vehicles with one headlight. That innocent person, whatever, you know, I'm not a violent person, so it's not going to happen, but whatever somebody chooses to do when they get out on that innocent person with the one headlight, you know, it's not their fault. They'll try and paint that person up as a monster, but they won't tell you that that person, that monster is a monster they created. They won't tell you that they forced the VTA shooter to do what he did. They won't tell you that, but they'll tell you he's a monster. They won't tell you the psychological warfare he went through. They won't tell you that, but I'm here to clear his name. I have no connection to him. I don't know that man, but I know what he's going through because I've been going through the same thing for 11 years. And I sat there and I watched him sweep him under the rug. I watched him call that man crazy, say he had mental illnesses, when I knew that was bullshit. Because they got me going through the same situation. And they tell the fucking general public that they're cleaning up the streets. Yeah, they're cleaning up the streets of human beings. They're making people kill people with a smile on their face. Neighborhood Watch, VTA, SJPD, the fire department, EMTs. And when we try and report the harassment, we get detoured from making police reports with psychological evaluations. Yeah, we'll take the police report, but can you please first take a psychological evaluation? Or they gaslight us over the phone and make us think that our police reports are jokes. So, make no mistake, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not telling you to believe me. I'm not asking you to believe me. But when it happens again, just remember I'm the one that told you. Because more people will die in this program. SJPD knows that. Go right there across the street to your local fire department. They know. Ask the fire department. Ask them if more people will die in this program. They'll tell you if they tell you the truth. Ask them if there's a 14-year-old dead in Miami behind this very same program. If they tell you the truth, they'll tell you. But if they want to choose to lie to you, they'll sit here and say I'm out of my mind. They'll tell you I'm cuckoo. They'll tell you I'm crazy. I have a mental illness. By the way, I'm not documented as mentally ill. I'm not on no medication. Never have been. I'm perfectly sane. Other than the psychological harassment that these people have casted on me, I'm perfectly sane, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm not the only one going through this. The VTA shooter, he wasn't the only one going through this. The man who killed that 14-year-old boy, he wasn't the only one going through this. Myron May. If you're really interested, type in on YouTube, Myron May, M-Y-R-O-N-M-A-Y. Another victim of this program who went to a college and shot up the college to try and get his harassers and bring light to this program. So just know, I'm not the only one going through this. And even though I might not kill no one, and there are plenty of other targeted individuals, for the most part, most of us aren't going to kill anyone. But there are those who can't take this psychological harassment, and those are the ones you need to be, you don't really need to be aware of them. Well, you do need to be aware of them. But you need to be aware of the people around them, the people who surround them. When you see these vehicles with one headlight and one tail light, if I were you, I would go in your house and probably I'm not going to say lock your doors, but I would go in the house for sure. When you see a rash of vehicles with one headlight, with one tail light, it'd be safe to be in the house and not around that area, because these are psychological triggers designed to make someone flip out after around-the-clock psychological warfare. And if you think I'm lying, you think I'm just talking out of my neck, I got plenty of evidence. I got psychological harassment, vehicular harassment, while I'm driving in traffic. All types of psychological harassment, any type of psychological harassment you can think of is definitely involved with this program. That's why people are flipping out and killing people. The police have devices they can get in your phone. They're getting into people's phones. They're blackmailing people. It's probably not right to cheat on your partner or whatever, but they're setting people up to cheat on their partners and blackmailing them into, it's dirty. I have the whole documents on this propaganda, this spreading propaganda on people on this program, pretty much, that they try and hide under names like Community on Patrol. But just know, more people will die, ladies and gentlemen. It's inevitable. It's the nature of this program. And SJPD knows that. Neighborhood Watch knows that. And if they didn't know it before, they know it now. After the VTA shooter, after the 14-year-old, after Myron May, there's no excuses. There's no one in this program that's participating that's doing it for good. I mean, psychological warfare, that's some serious stuff. You can't play with people's psychology. And being that the police have been militarized, they can use military weapons on American citizens now and just get away with it. Send aggression frequencies in microwaves. And if you think, oh, our police department wouldn't do that to its citizens, you're wrong. I have evidence of Teslas and Toyota Priuses parking behind me, shooting microwaves, and my dogs going delirious, flipping out. When they send aggression frequencies, my dogs go crazy. I film my dogs and I film the vehicle behind me. And the vehicle shortly takes off and my dogs quit fighting. Or my dogs, you know, they snap out of whatever delirium they've been in. They've been, you know, subjected to from these military weapons. So make no mistake, ladies and gentlemen, I have undeniable evidence. They're not just going to sit here and call me crazy. I'm not going to let them get away with that. And if I can, I'm not going to let them get away with calling the VTA shooter crazy. I'm sure anybody who has a half of a brain knows that that man didn't just wake up in the morning and say, hey, I'm going to kill 8 people and myself. And then 2 weeks later, another man says, hey, I'm going to kill myself. And then a month later, maybe another man gets locked up for threatening people at the VTA. This isn't just happening by chance, ladies and gentlemen. The VTA, SJPD, Neighborhood Watch, your fire departments, your EMTs, they're getting people killed. And people are going to keep dying. I can't stress that enough. People are going to keep dying. I'm probably going to die 9 times out of 10 for even telling you guys this, but I don't care. It doesn't matter to me. It's out of my hands now. It's in God's hands. And for anyone who participates and keeps participating in this program after I've told you what I've told you and all the evidence that you have, you know, there's going to be a special place in hell for you, but that's out of my hands as well. That's in God's hands. So I just wanted to let you guys know, man, be very aware of your safety. People are dying. People will continue to die in this program. SJPD knows that. When you see these one headlight vehicles, when you see these one tail light vehicles, be very aware of your safety, because you are in danger and you are being used as bait. So, you know, take it how you want to. You guys have a nice day and thank you for your time. Sorry for anyone I've interrupted. Hey, top of the morning, tip. Yeah, it is an evil world, man. These motherfuckers, bro. It's fun to them, man. They cannot get enough of fucking up my vehicle, man. They cannot get enough of fucking letting air up my tires. Fucking whatever it is to fucking fuck up my peace, bro. Like, I'll park way in the hell somewhere where it's nobody, and they just fucking, they just have to come fuck up my peace, man. So fuck it. You know, I'm not gonna do nothing to them. I'm gonna just go protest and vent that way. You'll never be able to blackmail me. You'll never be. That's why. That's another reason I think why they, you know. Because they know, like, there's nothing that I've done that, I don't care what it is, what you try and expose. You cannot blackmail me to the point to where I do some stupid shit like this. Never be able to do that shit. You might got everybody else. You might got all those other fucking weirdos in the headlock. Hey, what's going on? Assistance, targeted assistance. Yeah, man. Dealing with these evil bastards, man. Tip, hit it on the dot, man. Evil world, man. And the fact that they think they can fucking just keep doing this shit, you know, and fucking smiling in my face like I'm just not gonna do anything. Like, I'm gonna try my best to hit you motherfuckers where it hurts. Nah, I haven't seen the updates on the semi case. Have you? You know, certain things they block me from. So when I do searches and shit, probably like a couple of his cases might pop up, but nothing that's really, you know, it's nothing that I really don't know already. And that's just with anybody. I've been trying to find that dude's video on Florida, the old guy that they killed. I've been trying to find the original video, because the original video is being recorded by their fucking body cam. It's not a news, it's not all chopped up and shit. Like, it's the original fucking video. But they took that off and put all fucking news, or I don't know if they took it off, but I can't find it. And everything that I searched for dealing with that man is fucking, see, we got one behind me right now. Everything dealing with that man is fucking, like news clippings and shit. It's all fucking been chopped up and shit. Yeah, check it out on Google. Said they are moving him to undisclosed location. Yeah, they'll probably kill him or say he committed suicide or some shit. You know, because they don't want him. Or they'll fucking program him or some shit. They'll probably fucking program him. You know the shit they do with the fucking... The shit they did with Kanye West and all the motherfuckers. Because they do the same shit to, you know, they do the same shit to the entertainers and shit. They take them and they reprogram them and shit, hypnotize them and all that weird shit. And have them fucking lying and shit on themselves. crazy. And like, you know, they lock you in pretty much to that entertainment shit. You know, you go there, and in the beginning, it's all about your dreams and making it big and getting out the ghetto and shit. Like, that's your main fucking purpose for fucking, you know, Hollywood and getting in the industry, music, entertainment, all that shit. Like, that's the main fucking purpose you join and get into that shit. But, you know, they lock you into that shit by getting you involved with their fucking secrets, getting you involved with their secrets, teaching you their secrets, forcing you to be a part of their fucking thing, a part of their fucking program, and then they fucking, you know, you get locked into secrecy and shit. Not good. Not good at all. Look at the terrorists. This is their intimidation, form of intimidation. Now they're gonna be driving by me real slow all fucking day, intimidate me and shit. Probably shooting up all types of fucking frequencies. See the Tesla right there as well? And see the police coming up right now? They're trying to let me know they're gonna be shooting me with frequencies, ladies and gentlemen. That's their subliminal shit. All the police and then the Tesla. And see this unmarked fucking police officer right here? Like, they're pissed that I did that protest. I just want to show you guys because something might happen. Like, I think they're pretty tired of me doing this shit, but I don't give a fuck. So, I'm just showing you guys ahead of time in case something does happen, in case they try and set me up, any of that shit. You guys should already know I've been fucking chasing, hunted down, and I know that I'm being watched at all times, 24/7. I would be out of my mind to be doing anything illegal. So if they find any type of if they find any type of drug besides marijuana in this vehicle, you know that's a lie. And all that other fucking bullshit they try and set me up with. I do have a knife. Well, not a knife, but like it's kind of like half knife, half fucking machete type thing. I have that, you know, for my protection, of course. I've been stabbed, so I'm not taking no chances. And I've been stabbed by a vehicle with one headlight, and they continue to, you know, at the very least fill me up with paranoia. But it's more so like, I'm not paranoid, but I am aware, and I am going to protect myself. So, you know, and if I get locked up and they try and say I committed suicide, you can Google every jail cell in California and look at the cells, within the cells, and you'll be able to see that there's no way that I committed suicide. And I don't like pain, so I'm not gonna jump off no fucking tier and take the potential of fucking maybe breaking my neck or something and living and having to fucking be a paraplegic. I'm not that fucking, you know, I'm not that. I don't want to die that bad. I don't want to die, period. But that, if there was a way that if I wanted to die, that would be fucking, that wouldn't even be the last choice. That would be no choice. That wouldn't even be in the fucking, you know, that wouldn't even be a choice. There's nowhere in the world I'm doing no shit like that. See, they know I'm coming to the gas station to come get gas, so they want to block me. They know I'm doing that. You guys think this is a game? I know targeted individuals, you know it's real. But this is how far their intimidation bullshit goes. You know, they know from my route that I'm coming to the gas station, so they like to park in front of the gas station and show their fucking cars. As if I didn't see him before, now this guy wants to get in the middle of the fucking street and fucking, so I really see him like being off in the road. That wasn't enough. You know, they want to get the message out, or the threat, if you will. Like, they feel like they can harass you 24/7 around the clock, shoot microwaves at you, try and trigger you into fucking hurting yourself or somebody else. Like, you try and fucking speak out about it, or, you know, say your piece.
do your practice your constitutional right. They want to threaten and bully you. Now I got to come to this expensive ass gas station because they want to do their bully shit, and I'm not gonna even. Notice we got the pulling at the same time. Look at the goofball right there playing with her hair way across there. They're all, trust me, ladies and gentlemen, I'm heavily under. Look, she just went in the store and came out just to show me her playing with her hair. Fucking goofball. You look real goofy terrorizing American citizens. 10 people dead, ladies and gentlemen, and that's not enough for them. Still, more people. They need more people to die. It's like, these people are sick. These are the most unimaginably sick people on the planet. And I bet you guys need to, hold on. This is decent. Let's see. Okay, we're gonna cancel that one now. Boom. Cancel that. No. Cancel. Alright, yeah, I've been watching this chick named Flurburn. I've been watching her for a while, and she doesn't speak on targeting. She she mainly talks about different entities and shit on here on the planet with us, and a lot of what she says resonates and shit. Like the people who walk like in the targeting and shit, how people walk by us and they get real loud and shit, and then they be doing that shit to her. But she they do it to her because she speaks on different entities. Like, if you watch her channel, they be targeting her. You hear the ambulance signal, sirens, and all that shit in the background. And she says they're doing it to, interrupt what she's putting out there about the entities that are out here with us and shit. But, the people she explains, like, the people who fucking harass people and fucking have no emotion, the people who walk past you and get real loud, she calls them like MP4s, and she calls them MP3s, and I tested that. Like I've said, like they get by the vehicle and they start talking real loud and the dogs start barking, and I tell the dogs, I say, be quiet, those are just MP3s, and they turn around. I swear. They've turned around and looked at me crazy, like almost like, how the fuck did he know that shit? Like, so, if you guys want to check out her channel, it's like, her name is spelled FLEURBRUN, Flurburn. I know a lot of people don't believe in different entities and shit, but, like, the people that target us and shit, like, she explains those people, and, like, I don't know, it's crazy. get some gas. Nah, I had to. These motherfuckers, like, this is the extent. Like, this is how they rubbing. This is how they rub in your face that they don't give a fuck what attempts you take to try and expose them. Look at them, just sitting on the corner of the street, not doing nothing except fucking harassing me. Look at the one headlight, that's the light. But we'll just say that's the one. Oh shit, y'all can't even see. Hold on, let me unzoom that shit. But yeah, that's their motto. Harass the fucking citizen. Now their lights are off. Watch this. I gotta do this just to show you. Now that they see I'm about to turn and hit the corner. You guys can see for yourselves. Lights off. See that? They just wanted to harass me. And at first, before the officer moved up, he was fucking blocking the entranceway of the fucking, I wasn't gonna go there anyways, but he was blocking the fucking entryway so I couldn't get in the fucking gas station. You guys think this shit is a fucking joke for those who aren't fucking targeted and shit? Like, they're gonna be fucking... But I don't give a fuck. Like, all they do is turn up the fucking pressure. It is what it is. I'm not gonna just let them fucking trample on me and shit. But that's how they're gonna fucking try and bully me throughout the day. Fucking prevent me from going to places I normally go. Go to the stores and have them try and steal my money to the point to where I have to fucking literally fucking, you know, do the mathematics to everything I fucking buy. Ask them how much tax it's gonna be and all that fucking shit so I can compute it in my fucking head. And give them a problem. Or maybe give the fucking innocent people a fucking problem that, you know, don't know anything about this fucking targeting and shit, but now that I fucking know that they're going in these stores and having people steal or charge me extra for shit, and now I gotta put these fucking innocent vendors through this fucking bullshit, and that's a part of the program. Like, they want you to make the people who they want to make regular people who don't know anything. Like, they help the blow when they come in and fucking tell him whatever they tell him. He's a troublemaker, she's a troublemaker and shit. You know, because I want to make sure my money's right now because of all the shit they've been doing. And I'm putting all these other people through bullshit to just make sure my money's right. You know, it makes them think, oh man, this guy's a troublemaker. I don't have to fucking deal with this shit with nobody else. Like, nobody else fucking comes in here and fucking, you know, and then, you know, these people might be innocent in a motherfucker, but we've been psychologically conditioned into knowing that they fucking gonna look at the target bag, ladies and gentlemen. They're not gonna stop letting me know that I'm a target, that's for sure. Just because you protest, motherfucker, you still a target. Like, you, we're still gonna let air out your vehicle. We're still gonna scratch your vehicle up and cause any damage we can to it. We're still gonna shoot microwaves into your vehicle. We're still gonna psychologically harass you. Your protesting wasn't for shit. But that's what they fail to realize. I'm not doing this shit anymore to stop the program. This isn't, like, I know that the chances of me fucking getting this program to stop as a lone fucking a lone ranger trying to get this program stopped, I know that's completely out of the fucking stratosphere right now. But I am making people aware, and that's all I need to do. Like, that's all, you know, that's all that matters to me, is waking up the fucking people. It's only so long you're gonna be able, once people start fucking collaborating these fucking stories together and start putting two and two together, one and one, and all that bullshit. Once people start doing that, it's gonna be over with as far as their credibility. Their credibility is gonna be shot, and the people that already know, they're already in the mix. They're gonna be the ones. They're gonna be the ones in the comment sections when shit happens to when targeted individuals flip out and shit, and the police are gaslighting them and all that fucking bullshit. Those are the ones that are gonna be in the comment section saying, "Oh, well, the police tried." Those are, the police have a lot of patience, and they're gonna always big the fucking police up. We always know they're gonna have those fucking goofballs in the. And those are mainly people from neighborhood watching shit when they say the police, they try, and they say shit like, mental illness is a big problem in America. This world is going crazy, and when they say shit like that, you can pretty much guarantee those are the blow softeners and shit. Those are the ones to make the police look like the real heroes and shit. But, like I said, it don't have to be everybody in the world. It don't have to be two people. As long as one person gets it, and that person has the potential of fucking trying to expose it or whatever, that's all that matters. Fuck them, fuck their harassment, fuck their death threats, and all that. They can suck a dick, excuse my language. But yeah, they can do all that shit. Literally, you guys saw that from as soon as I fucking pulled in, as soon as I got into eyesight of the police, they had their fucking lights on from the time I passed them up. They got in the turning lane, which was very, very, it was very, not too far from them, probably about less than a couple feet away. They were behind me across the street, and their lights went off. All that shit was intimidation, bullying me, trying to prevent me from getting the cheapest gas and all that bullshit. Doing my regular routine. That was in order to prevent that. If I would have just kept taking the harassment and them trying to trigger me and shit, walking by my van, flipping my dogs out and shit, if I would have just kept taking that like a man, that's what they like to say. They like to walk by the fucking and do their directed conversation and shit. Oh, he's such a crybaby, or fucking take it like a man and shit. Like, that's gonna psychologically fucking prevent me from doing it again and shit, or take any type of fucking consideration into what they're talking about and shit. Like, it's like they literally fucking try and throw on you the shit that they would fall for. It's like, man, if this is if this is all it would take for you, man, they think they're so smart, man. They think they're so fucking smart. But yeah, man, I'm thinking about, I don't know, I gotta get the okay from you guys though. But I got some money saved up to where I can, I can get the equipment. I'll wait for this train to go by. I can get the equipment that I need and shit. But like, if I do it, like, I'm gonna have to get the right sleep and all. Like, I'm not gonna be able to be recycling or focused on anything else, because I'm gonna be traveling and shit like that, and then I'll be taking like suggestions and shit, recommendations on what cities to go to try and expose this fucking shit. And so, I gotta get the okay from y'all, because I'm gonna probably have to get, like, you know, not much. Like, I don't want to, you know, I don't want to fucking take away from people like that, but I might have to do, like, a thing to where I have, like, a donation thing for, like, $1 a month from you know, from from my subscribers and shit. Like, you know, like $1 a month, maybe 50 cents a month. I don't know. Like, I haven't really thought about that part, because I do want to make it to where, like, it's definitely, like, not hurting anybody and shit. So I'll probably do something like that, to where, you know, just in case anything happens to my van, and, you know, to be able to take care of myself and all that shit while I'm on the road and shit. Like, so I'll definitely do that. And just start interviewing the shit out of these motherfuckers, man. And start fucking, you know, putting the awareness out there and all that shit. But I do, like, I know, like, I'm gonna end up, I gotta, like, my mind, like, I'm trapped out here, like, mentally, like, you know, they've done too much, and it's the same faces fucking every day. I mean, there are new faces and shit, but for the most part, a lot of faces are, you know, the same faces, because they frequent these areas, or they live in these areas, or they're stuck in these areas. So, you know, pretty much a lot of my harassers are repeat offenders, if you will. And I can feel myself, like, you know, just the shit that they're doing, as far as, like, the microwaves and shit. It's like they're stepping over boundaries and shit, and I don't want to, you know, I just, you know, I'm locked into this fucking bullshit out here, and it's not, you know, it's not gonna keep, you know, it's I don't know, you guys know what I'm saying, though. It's not a good recipe to stay out here like that. But yeah, let me see. Preach. Hey, Shalom, Edward. Hey, Navi, I'm glad you're okay. I was worried seeing your old channel inactive. Oh yeah, man, it's been inactive for a while, bro. Yeah, they locked me out of that account. Changed the password on me. I'm still trying to get it back. I'm gonna see. Excuse me, that's legitimate. I'm gonna try and contact Google and see if they can, you know, if they can implement the channels together, or not implement, but combine the channels together, if you will. You know, put them all under the original, either the original one or this one, whichever. Check it out. Okay, I'm gonna definitely check that out on Google. They won't let me they won't let me comment much, but want to say use CBD oil for dogs. Don't use CBD for people. Combined with a little liquid Benadryl for children. Okay, hey, I definitely appreciate that, Robert. You ever looked in the free 24-hour parking, different cities parking parks? I have actually. They have a couple that. Well, in California, I know that Walmart's, not every Walmart, but a lot of Walmarts will allow overnight parking free. It's just like even out here, a lot of there, even even the Walmarts that don't allow overnight parking, like people park like on the outskirts of it, and that seems to be fine. But the only thing is, it's far away from the shit I have to do. Yeah, it's far away from the shit I have to do, and it's more in the areas of, they're around good neighborhoods and shit, like Neighborhood Watch and all that shit. It's around all those people who are fucking generational perps and shit, like, people have been doing it for years. All them Neighborhood Watch motherfuckers, man. So I take my chance here because they're really conniving in the shit they do. They're really fucking sneaky and conniving, man. Those Neighborhood Watch motherfuckers, man. You gotta be careful more for them than you gotta worry about street people, man. Cause they're just devious, man. They don't care about shit. As long as they'll fucking know, like they know this vehicle. They know it's them. It's them fucking sneaky conniving bastards. Like it's them that fucking tell these fucking perps, these fucking street walking, perp walking, or foot soldier ass perps what to do and shit. Like they know how they would feel if their fucking vehicle got scratched and shit, or they fucking put a dent in it. They be fucking crying like a motherfucker trying to find who the culprit, and they'll get to the point they'll start blaming anybody because they be so pissed off. So they know certain things to do. Like certain things they do, it ain't gonna piss you off. But certain things they do just because, this is your fucking vehicle, this is your fucking, you worked hard to get it and all that, and they know that, so, they know when they scratch it and all that fucking bullshit, that shit's gonna be on your mind for a while. Like the psychological bullshit, so, yeah, it's them, and those motherfuckers are the ones that fucking, they work at those fucking auto shops, and they just so hard want to be a part of something, like the Freemasonry bullshit. Like they, it's like fraternity shit, man. They go out their way to fucking prove themselves to the master. And those fucking mechanics in the neighborhood that know certain things, like the easiest thing to fucking do to put your car out of commission. They could just get up under your car, pull a wire, and fucking your shit won't run, and you'll be fucking going nuts trying to figure out what the problem is, or fucking spend a bunch of fucking money to figure out what the problem is, have to deal with the car people just fucking snapping that fucking wire back but lying to you and telling you it's something else, and you paying all this fucking money and shit, and they have no problem with, they take your money anyways, but now they really have no problem taking your money now that the fucking police have contacted them and given them the green light. So yeah, man, it's I'm better off in this fucking area saying all that to say, like, it's all fucked up, man. And they wonder why people kill people. And they act like people aren't justified for what the fuck they do and who they kill, like. And I can't say it enough, like, I know that 14-year-old boy didn't deserve to die. But at the same time, whether as harsh as it sounds, Like, that shit was fucking justified. Maybe not the boy deserving to die wasn't justified, but the action taken, the man who killed the 14, like, you can't condemn that man because you're playing with somebody's psychology. And you're doing it to where you know how to fucking do it. Like, you know what to do, how to fucking trigger him into fucking flipping out. Like, we're dealing, like, the shit they're doing, to us and fucking creating in our heads and shit, like, for the most part, we don't know anything about psychology and shit other than what we fucking look up on YouTube and the narcissists and all that fucking energy vampires and shit. We know that much, but these people are intertwined. Like, these people literally fucking, this is their life. This is what they went to school for. This is, they spent a decade fucking studying the fucking mind, at the very least a decade. So they know the fucking clinks and clanks to fucking flip somebody out, fucking pull some type of other type of fucking, split personality out of motherfucker. Like, it's so many things you can create in a motherfucker. Like, at one point, I was trying to, and I even think I did create a fucking split personality just to keep from, getting mad at these people and shit. Like, I had to literally fucking turn myself into somebody who was actually fucking sitting and watching a fucking TV show and laughing at it and shit. And it worked for a minute until they started doing fucking the fucking, the damage to my vehicle. Like, they started getting physical with the shit on my fucking property. Fucking scratching shit, letting air out my tires and shit. But for a long time, that fucking other split personality, like, I was some fucking dude. Like, every fucking time, every fucking day, I'd fucking wake up around 6 p.m., grab me some coffee, roll up a blunt, and just sit at the fucking movie theater and watch these motherfuckers and record them and shit. Like, I was literally fucking at the movie studio and shit. And, they started to see that shit wasn't affecting me no more. And then they got fucking physical on my fucking, my vehicle and all types of shit. Throwing rocks, fucking anything to fucking set me off. Fucking literally fucking throwing boulder-sized fucking concrete rocks at my, not boulder-sized, but, fist-sized fucking boulders. Fist-sized boulders at the side of my vehicle, fucking from the freeway, like from the overpasses, and that shit was a head trip in itself. Like, I used to wonder, like, how in the fuck, like, I'm on the fucking freeway, how in the fuck are these people knowing I'm on the fucking, like, how the fuck do they know exactly when to meet me? Like, like, how the fuck do they know that I'm passing up this fucking part of it? Like, I'm going way too fast for them to have time to set up. Like, how in the fuck are they? And then I started fucking using my brain and shit and figuring out that they're, calculating shit. Like, it's just a head trip, man, and all that fucking, man. They did a lot of shit to this vehicle, man. To any vehicle that I've owned, man. They've done it. And they did it to my fucking, when I started off with the bikes and shit, and the bike carts and shit, like, they used to do that shit too. Take knives and fucking pop my fucking, you guys seen those videos, or anybody that's been here for a while, they've seen it on the other channel and shit. Like, you guys seen, like, fucking in the beginning, like, all those carts and shit, they fucking pop tires, and, I fucking have to ride on rims and shit. Like, I literally would have to fucking make the choice of fucking save the money or fucking buy a new fucking tire. If I buy a new fucking tire, I know they're just gonna pop it again. If I take all the tires off the fucking rims, It's gonna make a lot of noise. It's gonna be irritating, but they can't pop that shit. So at one point, I got so fucking tired of them fucking popping my fucking tires. I just fucking took the tires off everything. Fucking the carts, the fucking, you know, the little baby carts that I used to put recycle in. Like, I took the fucking tires off that shit. I took the tires off my bike and shit, and just fucking did it that way. But just that's the type of shit they do, man. It's crazy, man. Fuck up your shit and just do it with a smile on their face, because they know they can do it again and do it again and do it again, and nothing's gonna happen to them. And then you start adding shit up, man. Neighborhood watch is highly, like they're second in command or third in command. I would say third in command to this program and shit. I would say military, police, and then unless they've given it to the police, then they're second in command. So it's the police fucking neighborhood watch. And so knowing and realizing what they do to us in this program, and then going back to all the shit, the fucking Trayvon Martin, how dude got off, all this fucking you know, Mont Aubrey, I believe the jogger that fucking, you know, was running through the neighborhood and got shot. And, you know, those dudes didn't even go to jail until people made a big fuss over it. And then, you know, they finally went to jail. I've been looking for the fucking update on those fuckers, man, and I still can't find the update. And, you know, the little boy who had the fucking gun and at the riots and shit that fucking shot the people and shit, given, you know, maybe those guys were going after his gun and shit, and he did have the right to protect himself, but at the same time, like, you know, he had no business there. Like, what makes you feel like you have the business to be hopping through fucking counties and shit that ain't even yours with a fucking gun, and you're only a teenager? Like, you know, that gun is strictly for fucking protection. You told the people you were hunting deer and shit with it. Like, you know, you told the people you were hunting fucking deer with it and shit. So, you know, if you're not in the woods hunting fucking deer, or you're not fucking pulling it out to protect your fucking family and shit, like, you shouldn't be behind. At the very least, you know, that he got off with no charges and shit. But you start to understand and you start to realize why these people get off, and they, you know, because they're all fucking connected. Like, neighborhood watch is just a fucking extension of the police department. It's just a bunch of, and the police know how to use people. It's just a bunch of fucking nosy neighbors. Most of them would have been police officers if they could have made the cut. A lot of them couldn't even make the cut of being fucking security guards and shit. So, you know, you put them in a position of somewhat having some type of power, being able to get away with certain shit. You know, they become your fucking super soldiers and shit. That's why you got these fucking junkies, you know, so fucking at will to fucking harass somebody because you're letting these fuckers do drugs and shit. Normally you would fucking lock them up and fucking stop them and harass them and all that shit, but now they get the comfortability of fucking smoking drugs all out in the fucking public, in the open eye, in front of fucking kids, it don't matter, just as long as, you know, they participate in this fucking program, you know, they get that pass and shit. And the neighborhood watch, either they get even bigger passes and shit, they get to shoot people and get off the hook, and all types of shit like that. So when you get those extra amenities as a citizen, you begin to realize, like, a lot of these people aren't in it for the right, like, they're in it for the beneficiaries of the benefits of the program, the benefits of the extra money here, the fucking being able to get away with this, and feeling accepted by certain members of the community, Freemasons and judges and lawyers and shit. Oh, I live next to the fucking judge, or I live next to a district attorney. And they know the psychological fucking way of life. Like, those people study that shit. Like, if you study politicians, like, if you read politician books and shit, like, reading politicians, like, I used to read those books not because I wanted to be a politician, but just to think like that, just to, I wanted to see how they think and shit. And, like, in jail, people donate a lot of books in jail, and there were a lot of those fucking political books and shit, like, getting into politics for beginners and shit like that. And you start fucking seeing they have some fucking dirty fucking ways, man. Those fucking people are like the fucking most conniving, sick fucking people. And those books that teach you how to set people up for the greater good. They tell you to get as much dirt on your opponent because your opponent is gonna get as much dirt as they can on you. Like, man, those politic books ain't no fucking joke. Those politic books will teach you how to be an evil motherfucker, man. And have no heart. They teach you not to fucking have you, like, this is a game. You can't get in with having feelings. Like, you gotta leave all your feelings at the front door. When you're going into politics, you gotta leave all feelings at the back door, the front door, whatever. Like, they tell you, cause you're gonna have to do some dirty fucking shit, man. You're gonna have to do some dirty shit. It's like the Matrix mob activation. Damn near, huh? I wouldn't, man. The way they get down, man. It's like we've had sleepers around us and shit. Those military, like, sleepers and shit. They fucking look like nerds and shit. They be fucking going about their day and fucking, just your fucking original fucking nerd. Yet, they get that phone call, and then they fucking, they've been fucking living alone, fucking with a cat. They've been fucking a teacher, living with a fucking cat, fucking just a regular fucking nerdy dude, drinking his fucking coffee, orange juice, breakfast, eggs, bacon, every day. And then he get that phone call, and this motherfucker turned into a straight assassin. You reach up under the bed, grab a suitcase, and fucking start screwing silencers on pistols. And it's like these people, they're not as, they're the goofy version of the, we're dealing with the goofy fucking psychological fucking clown assassins and shit. Like, but it's like all our lives pretty much, we've been fucking surrounded by them, but they've just been sleepers and shit, observing and going about their days. Teachers, fucking, your fucking Jiffy Lubers, and all these fucking regular fucking people. Then they got that phone call like, this is who we want you to watch. And then harass, and this is who we got our eye on him, or we got our eye on her, and then your whole fucking world goes up to hell. Your whole face, like, they've moved, like, literally all our neighborhoods. I think, this is just my opinion. This isn't, anything for fact. But I think every neighborhood, like, strategically, I think every neighborhood have agents, like military military people that observe, that community, like, you know, strategically in different locations throughout the fucking city, in the neighborhoods. I think a lot of these motherfuckers is like, and they're there to teach the fucking people, whether they say they've been in the military before or all that shit. Whatever they want to keep hidden, they'll lie and say how they acquired the knowledge to what they got. They'll say they were in the military and all that fucking bullshit. But, they're strategically getting the people psychologically into fucking, the mode of how to fucking, you want to protect yourself against these criminals, and, they put themselves as the good heroes, the protectors of the neighborhood watch, and they start psychologically evaluating people and making certain people the leaders of neighborhood watch, because they know this person has that real fucking tattletale mentality. This person is gonna report back to anything just for a pat on the back, just for like friendship, just for us to fucking acknowledge. Just for us to acknowledge that fucking person, it's gonna make them feel like $1 million, so we can utilize this person for information. And that's how they utilize and psychologically evaluate people to utilize them and shit. It's really fucking simple once you pay attention to people and shit. It's really pretty simple to tell. Like, you guys, every one of us know somebody who would just be thrilled at the acknowledgement from a police officer. One of those people that just call the police for any fucking thing. And then when, whatever doesn't turn up, they fucking sit there and try and fucking hold conversations and shit. Try and talk to police officers about football games and shit like that. Shit to do. Like, the police utilize all that shit. Why are you hanging back from the fucking light, you dumbass? Are you shooting microwaves from the back of that Scion? You see how they wanted to wait for that person to cross the street to make that person hold back longer and shit. It's that type of cycle. That's the type of weird shit they do. Like, literally, that person right there was put there. That Scion that was parked right here was parked right there. And these people, they're driving to see if I fucking want to look at this fucking chick or something. Hold on.
Don't let these people use you like that. These people are putting your life in danger. These people are putting your life in danger. Don't let them use you like that. They're using you.
But yeah. Oh, man. The psychological value of what they fucking do is fucking gold. If you're gonna be an evil person and you want to learn how to fucking be an evil fucking person, you fucking pay attention to what these people are doing to us. Understand their fucking tactics. You want to be evil? That's how you be evil. They got people killing each other. They got people killing themselves. And they do it with a smile on their face. It's something like the poltergeist, that evil old man walking down the street whistling and shit with the gray hair. Oh, nope. Don't do it. Look, then they have him stop right here. There's a purpose behind that. He just want to stop right here in front of the fucking van. There's a purpose behind that. There's a reason behind that. But our targeted individuals know the reason. Most people don't. There's a reason. It's a psychological. Or they might not know the reason, but they know there's a reason behind that. I don't even know the reason why them using handicapped people. I don't know why they use fucking handicapped people. Like, you know, in my right mind, it don't bother me. Like, what the fuck? Like, what does handicapped people have to fucking do with me? Like, why are you fucking using handicapped people to harass me? You trying to tell me I'm a be handicapped? Or are you sending some type of subliminal message? You know, like, I don't get that shit. Maybe somebody else does. But I know it's something it's for the subconscious. And that's another thing. I mean, like, you know, the shit they do to us, they know what the fuck they're doing. I don't know the reason for them using people in wheelchairs, but they know. There's a reason why they do it. Believe that. You know. I don't know the reason why they use military fatigue. I have no fucking idea why they use fucking fatigue, military fatigue. But they know. And, you know, somewhere in the back of my fucking head, you know, I'm psychologically being fucking programmed. Literally fucking, you know. Notice the Prius, they want to start stamping their fucking vehicles. Now that I've fucking been telling people that it's Teslas and Priuses, I see an extreme amount of fucking Priuses. You know, they like to make them real fucking futuristic looking too. They're not like the normal box Priuses and shit. Like the normal box ones are the ones that get behind you and shoot the frequencies. But now that I've, you know, started fucking trying to expose them and shit, you know, they got a lot of sporty, fast and furious looking Priuses and shit. Like, you know, they just blend me with Priuses just to rub it in my face, just like they do with the fucking Teslas and shit. Whenever I start exposing them, they want to control. They basically want to control when I protest and shit. Like, they want me to protest when they want me to protest, or they think they're gonna fucking pump me into fucking protesting when they want me to and shit. But that's not gonna happen. Like, I be, you know, you understand these people and you start paying attention to the little fucking, the inky twinky shit they do. And some of the shit gets on your nerves, and some of the shit is just like, it's ridiculous, and you can call it like right as it's fucking, you just fucking call it, man. You can see exactly what they're trying to do. Like, you know, almost like when you were in high school or some shit like that, and like you were talking shit to somebody, and when they wanted you to stop talking shit, they would tell you to keep talking, go ahead, keep talking. And you know, if you fell victim to that shit, you would fucking, you would be like, no, I ain't gonna talk no more. You ain't gonna make me talk. That type of shit. That's the type of little games, the head games and shit they like to play through visuals and shit. They like to do it through visuals and shit. So when I like protest and I start telling them that telling people they're shooting frequencies from Teslas and Priuses, they'll fucking flood me. They'll overflood me with Teslas and Priuses and shit, so I can fucking, you know, protest until I'm fucking burnt out or whatever agenda. You know, there's plenty of things that could happen from me doing that shit when they want me to, like, you know, and then it has no fucking, how do you say? You know, it really means nothing because, you know, I pick the places that I pick. Like, I pick them because I know there's gonna be either they're like apartment complexes where it's a lot of fucking people, or in a specific area around complexes where there's a lot of people that frequent outside the buildings and shit. And sometimes I do it while I'm driving. It just depends. Like, whenever I feel like it's gonna get the most value, whenever I feel like the most value is gonna come from protesting, that's when I do it. and they try and get me to do it whenever, like throughout, like they try and get me to do it when they want me to do it and shit, like that shit don't, and you can see it, man. You can just call it, like you can see what they're doing just from the things that you did in childhood, like some of the things that they do, as far as like even with my recycling and shit. For the most part, everybody thinks the cans make the most money, but in reality, they do everything by weight. So, cans weigh like it's metal and shit, but for the most part, everything's weighed. You get the same amount for everything, but because certain things are heavier than other things, the prices are different, but it all evens out. So based on the fact that they know, for the most part, cans is what you're gonna get the most money off of, unless it's glass. Cans is what you're gonna get the most money off of. Glass, you get the less. Even though it's heavier than everything, you get less money. And that's probably because it's actually like super heavy and shit. So you get like 10 cents. So based on the fact that the neighborhood and all that shit they've accumulated, because this is all information they get from the homeless people and the people who participate in their program and shit. Like a lot of these people don't know nothing about recycling and shit. Like they just recycle what they got in their. They recycle what they got in their house. They recycle what they got in their house, what they've accumulated from. Just saving up. This isn't something every day to where they care about and pay attention to how much fucking money they're making. This is just something. I'm just gonna fucking drop it off and get whatever and make the world a better place at the same time type of shit. So they acquire all this fucking knowledge from, the people that they have participated in the program. So what they'll do is fucking come to the fucking recycle place when I'm turning in my recycle, like I don't know the mathematics of everything. And they'll fucking slam the cans down like they really want me to fucking hear. And they'll come with bags and bags and bags loaded with cans and shit and just slam them on the ground to make sure that I fucking hear. Like they'll slam them, and I'm, I've been going through this shit long enough to, just pay attention to them through my peripheral and shit. Like not, so much say something to them, but just, fill them out, see how far they go with it. And you guys know, like once you go through it for so long, you train yourself into fucking, just paying attention to them and shit. Let them go on with their shenanigans, and you pay attention to them through your peripheral, and see like them see. They want to see what your response is, and you pay attention to that. And that's the recycle place, I be paying attention to that. Like they'll slam the fucking bags, and I know what they're doing. They're trying to make me think, it's really elementary. Like they want me to be jealous, almost like that they got more fucking money to me. Like it's gonna matter. Like I want to give a fuck if you made $1 million and I only made $10. Your $1 million doesn't have nothing to do with me. Like. Your $1 million is from as much fucking work as you put in. You earned that fucking $1 million. And so this $10 is something I earned. Your $1 million, whatever you made, compared to whatever I made, it means nothing to me. Like I'm you're gonna go on through your whole fucking day, and I'm not gonna see you. I probably won't ever see you again in life. So, like. All your fucking slamming cans on the ground to let me know or make me think that you got more fucking money to me than me and shit, like that shit is really like fucking elementary. Like I just be sitting back and I be calculating that shit in my head, and it's like It's like, do all you like are all you motherfuckers so hateful and jealous? Like, is this shit so indented in you that you guys sit at a fucking round table and come up with all types of shit that would fucking piss you off and try and inflict it on somebody else because you think the same shit that'll piss you off, or you think that person holds the same fucking jealousy or the same fucking hate in their fucking heart, that you're gonna fucking try and implement the shit that will fucking, like, some of their shit, man. And you can see where they're going with as far as trying to piss you off and get you mad. And it's just fucking you think about that shit and it's just fucking ridiculous. You really have to think to yourself, like, damn, man, is this all it would fucking take to fucking piss you off? Like, even with doing the trash cans and shit, like when I be recycling and shit, how they be fucking trying to fuck up my recycle and trash up everywhere and make it look like they fucking, somebody went in there and recycled and shit. It's like, are your survival skills so fucking weak that you would fall for fucking trash bags, unbusted trash bags set around all around it with with papers and shit neatly fucking stacked around the fucking trash can? Would you be that fucking stupid? Like, literally, if you literally went homeless and recycling is something that you took up, would you fucking fall for that shit? I mean, especially, like, if you've been doing it for a while, like, wouldn't you fucking put two and two together at least? Because I'm not gonna lie, like, I fell for it. I fell for it in the beginning, but then, you start paying attention to shit, and that's just fucking, it's not that I fell for it, but, I just didn't think, I would honestly fucking think, okay, they're putting these people in, strategically setting them in places and shit to fucking take the recycling. Like, I never really put no thought into it. But once I started putting thought into it, it's like, oh, okay, they're trying to bluff me. They're trying to fucking bluff me. So I go to actually go fucking to the spot where they fucking do it, and sure enough, the motherfuckers are bluffing me and shit. And it's like, like, okay, you guys are gonna have to start updating your shit, but you can't keep fucking doing it and thinking that it's gonna work. In AA and NA and all that other fucking bullshit they teach you, that fucking, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over again and thinking that it's gonna work. Like, once you get one of those, like, sound-minded targets, and I don't want to say sound-minded like there are targets that aren't sound-minded, but I'm saying, like, ones that aren't gonna, well, I can, once you get a target that, most of us think about this shit, you're not gonna be able to keep using these same fucking routines on us and shit, like you can use on the general public. You can keep getting, as long as people keep dying and shit, like this trigger on the BMW. Such a nice BMW. The average person would say, oh, a regular person can have their fucking tail light out. That's not a trigger. Okay. But that's the shit, that's what I'm talking about. They can sweep shit under the rug. They can get on the fucking TV and say, a person's had mental illness and shit. They can do all that. The average person is gonna go for the bullshit. A lot of us are gonna think about shit and fucking, pretty soon it's gonna become old. It's gonna become fucking prehistoric, if you will. I bet, in most cases, I bet you a lot of these people are wondering why, a lot of us aren't actually flipping out and shit. Like, why the fuck aren't they flipping out at the rate that we need them to be flipping out at? It's supposed to be all the gun agenda is supposed to be solidified right now. Ain't no America supposed to be having no guns. Not with us out here. Like, everybody's with us out here. We have we hey dog, we we're the world is supposed to be out of the game right now. The world is supposed to be fucked to be going on ourselves, assaulting people. You alright, boy? next to me is the fellow target who killed the 14-year-old. Someone else that tried to sweep the road. So, as you guys can see, taking a different route, finding a different location, getting in a different location, and you know, this is just to show you. I'm pretty sure most of you guys know that it doesn't escape. We can't escape it, rather. There's no getting away from this program. You can run, you can't hide. And that's the truest fucking statement when it comes to this fucking program. You can definitely run, but there's no way in the world that you can hide. And you can bet your fucking bottom dollar on that, ladies and gentlemen. I would never lie to you. I promise I would lie for you before I lied to you. You cannot get away from this fucking program. As soon as I park here, notice someone parks there. Now I'm not sure. I can't guarantee that that building right there is not open. It might be open. Might be open for service. But the fact still stands that that person parked there as soon as I parked here. Am I saying that's a perp? No. I'm gonna take the Bonnie. I'm gonna take the Bonnie Lick road. Am I saying that's a perp? No. But what I am saying is that vehicle parked here at the same time that I parked here. Pay attention. And the harassment has been heavy since I got done protesting. And this place right here, as you can see, is a marijuana collective. So they do have marijuana in there. One of these days when I go into the collectives to go buy some weed and shit for those who want to see what the collectives look like out here, I'll do a fucking, I'll do a video. If they let me. If they let me take the fucking, camera inside, I'll do a video. Or not, Or not, not do a video, but actually, live. And this is how idiotic these people are. I'm not sure if they're on this live, so they might do it because I said something now. But this is how ignorant and stupid. Unless they want me to see that they're here and they're targeting me and shit, which there's a chance they might. But, they can't even be slick with it. Like, they can't even walk across the street inside the collective and shit to make it look less conspicuous or less fucking suspect. Some of them will never make it to that FBI status or that fucking secret investigative status they want to be. Whoever promised them that they have a promising career has fucking lied. Yep, nobody still got out their car. I don't think, at least. No. No, better go get some water. Yeah. Hey, blessings, unique. I'm just scrolling down on the comments now. Hey, what's going on, D-Ray? A lot of places parking that don't get advertised, not many people natural. Yeah. Yeah, they do want to hold that shit and hide it. Then you know a lot of people fuck it up. A lot of people take advantage of the situation and just fuck it up. Start leaving garbage. You know, that's one of the biggest reasons they don't like, you know, people don't like people who live in their cars around their buildings and shit is because people don't know how to respect shit. People have no respect. Like, they don't even understand, like, okay, that, like, if I can fucking just keep shit clean around here, maybe even offer to clean up around this motherfucker. Like, maybe they'll fucking, you know, be okay with me staying around here and shit. Like, they'll leave fucking garbage all over the place and then wonder why people are fucking making complaints and shit. No sales tax in Oregon. Next state up. Yeah, I'll definitely have to check into that. I just, you know, I gotta have something solidified to where, because I'm not, you know, I'm definitely, like, it takes too much time to fucking recycle in different areas. I mean, I could just drive around and look for places and all that shit, but, you know, you gotta sit there and fucking study the laws and see if the laws for that city, like, you know, see what type of, where the asshole police are, and, you know, targeting all police are assholes, but you gotta find the naturally assholes, natural assholes, you know, that, you know, for instance, a lot of these police that try and stop me from recycling, they're not trying to stop me because I'm making no hell of a lot of money. They're not trying to stop me because it's illegal. They're trying to stop me on the sole purpose that they don't agree with it. Even though it's completely legal, because they don't agree with it, it doesn't have to be the law. Because they don't agree with it, they don't want you doing it. And, you know, they'll go out of their way. They'll spend more money than you make to stop you from doing it. Like, that's the fucking shit that, you know, they'll spend more money than you make to stop you from doing it and feel justified in doing so. that's the mentality of your fucking police department. The people, when you commit crimes, you know, when you commit crimes, they're quick to tell you, oh, you gotta find something else to do. There's so many things in the world that you can do, like they placate you in a way. You don't have to be a criminal to survive in this world. Like, there's so many different things you can do. And when you finally find something, you know, they see their job security going down the drain. You know, they implement all types of fucking bullshit in your path to get you to do illegal shit. And shit so they can gaslight you again and say, oh man, you came back. Man, I thought you were gonna be able, man, you were doing so good. Meanwhile, they're the ones who set the traps in place and shit. These motherfuckers is dirty, man. $11 years. 11 years, maybe more. One headlight trigger coming up. And I have not committed not one fucking crime. In the whole 11 years, throughout the whole 11 fucking years, they've been trying to get me to commit crimes, whether it's steal property. Like, they literally set up fucking unbelievable fucking, just unbelievable fucking easy, simple fucking snatch and grabs, grab and goes. And like, they literally set that up so many times. Crazy. They know I recycle. They'll try and set me up, fucking have somebody with fucking loads of fucking bags on their fucking front line full of fucking recycle. Like, all I have to do is fucking go grab and snatch a couple bags of their fucking recycle. Like, all types of shit like that. All types of just fucking easy fucking, you know, you can easily fucking do it. But it's like, all throughout this fucking 11 years. And that's not the only thing. It's been plenty of other fucking expensive shit. I'm just using recycle as fucking, you know, an example of one of the things that they've used. But they've done it with a lot of shit. Phones. You know, set a fucking phone down on the fucking floor in the fucking store and shit. So I pick it up. I pick it up and they can fucking track me or some shit. Make up some lie that I stole it from them. That type of shit. Like, they've literally fucking tried to entrap me so many times. Have people come up to my vehicle, fucking doing just way out shit that any normal person would flip out. Like, bending over with fucking drawers and shit going up their ass. Just bending over right there in my fucking face. And not doing it real briefly, but doing it for like 5 or 10 minutes straight. Fucking drawers going there, all you see is cheek. You know, so the entrapment level that they fucking set on the table in front of me has been so vicious. And so plentiful. And so plentiful this whole 11 years. It's like, I haven't bit once. You know, maybe I've let them fucking get me out of my character. And, you know, it really only like one incident, and that wasn't no stealing or set up like that. It's just like, you know, they got me to a point to where I felt like I had to react. Other than that, no criminal acts, man. Not one criminal fucking act. And they continue to fucking try and set up shit. Continually try and get me to fucking hurt people, hurt myself. Continually try and intimidate me. Tell me they're gonna kill me. Give me all types of signals as death threats and shit. you know, for those who aren't targeted and don't experience targeting and shit, a lot of these subliminal messages they give us, a lot of these psychological triggers and shit, like, you know, this serious shit, man. You know, we're not fucking telling you this shit or trying to expose this shit because we're crazy. We're just some people that, a bunch of crazy fucking people who have nothing better to do but make fucking videos and put our lives on the line with the government and the police departments and shit. Like, we have way better shit to do than put our lives on the fucking line. You know? Even a crazy person probably knows, you know, to a certain extent, what he or she cannot do. Unless they're totally fucking crazy and just fucking batshit crazy. You know, even documented crazy people, you know, there's a line that you cross and they know not to cross. People do this type of shit out of disparity, like despair, tiredness, like tired of fucking dealing with the bullshit. You know, they've reached that point. You know, they reached. A lot of us were going through targeting way before we even started making videos and shit. You know, a lot of us were debating on if we should start making videos because we knew we were putting our lives on the line. You know, we knew at the very least they were going to make it more uncomfortable for us once we started making videos to expose their bullshit. You know, so we were going through this a lot longer than just these videos. So, you know, shit, I think even in a month, but just to put some somewhat reality on it, because this is an unrealistic program. And I really don't know everything on how the mind works, but I would say a person going through this program for a month, going through this program for at least a month, you know, you'd be certified as a pretty mentally strong motherfucker. Anything longer than a year, like, you're pretty much a vet. I mean, not vet like that, but you know, you've experienced enough of their psychological bullshit to where you didn't flip. Like, I think after a year, you know, you begin to learn how to deal with it. And, you know, even though some of us do flip out, you know, after time, you know, that's just because we get tired of it. It's like it's not that it's fucking with us like that, but it's to the point to where we just fucking think about it, and, you know, we don't want to wake up every fucking day going through this shit. You don't want to go to the bathroom, take a shit, and worry about your fucking neighbors and shit spying on you because they got some fucking shit some cameras in your fucking vent, you know, your little fucking fan in the air and shit watching you through your vent, or fucking all in your fucking phone and shit, you know, while you're texting your fucking significant other or some shit. They're catching every text and fucking contacting that person. Like, you can't even, you know, you can't even fucking get a good relationship going because, you know, every person you meet, you might, you know, everything might be going good until the fucking police send their fucking little bullshit propaganda fucking throwers, and then all of a sudden, you know, shit is getting fucking weird and shit. Like, people get tired of that shit. I know. Excuse me, that's legitimate. I know I don't want to go through the rest of my life worrying about fucking not being able to be in a relationship, because every time these people are gonna interfere and either lie or fucking try and do something to fucking, you know, make that person not like you and shit. Like, you know, you don't want to go through your life knowing, like, when you know that's pretty much the way your life is gonna be. You don't want to go through life like that, so you just say, it's not so much that you flip out. It's just like, fuck it, man. I'm not gonna fucking go through the rest of life like this. And at first I used to think of suicide as being weak. I mean, I still wouldn't do it, you know. I'm more afraid to commit suicide than anything else. You know, I wouldn't want to fuck up and put myself in a, you know, a catch-22. Fucking end up living. I seen too many fucking stories of fucking people trying to blow their fucking face off and, you know, shoot their brains, and now they're missing a big ass chunk out of their fucking head, but they're still surviving and shit with a big ass fucking hole, like the whole fucking side of their face is gone, or fucking, you know, doing some other shit and ending up paraplegics and shit, condemned to a wheelchair, and talking through some shit because they can't move their body and shit. Like, I don't want to, you know, and I'm not, you know, I'm highly afraid of, I don't want to say, well, yeah, you know, I'm afraid of the pain that fucking comes with suicide. Like, you know, just the pain, just the thought of fucking blowing my head off, having to fucking feel that pain if I survive or any, like, there's no form of suicide, that even taking pills and shit, I don't want to experience my fucking last breath. I don't. You know, when you think about death, you know, when it comes to you, you know, you want it to be peacefully, like when you're asleep and shit. Like, you don't want death to fucking come in a violent way or some fucking induced way. Like, you want that shit to come peacefully, like a God-given death. Like, you don't want the bullshit. So, you know, that's one of my biggest reasons for not committing suicide, other than it's wrong. You know, you can never get forgiveness. You can never be forgiven. You can never ask for forgiveness when you commit suicide. That's another. And just, you know, suicide is the very last thing you would think of wanting to do. But, you know, in some cases, man, suicide is a welcome fucking, it's welcome when you're going through this type of psychological bullshit. It's like some people, you know, like right now I don't want to die. I don't want to fucking die. But when I get older, maybe when I get 92, I'll be like, man, I'm tired. I'm ready to go. Like, I'm tired of living. I'm tired now. I didn't, you know, some people, a lot of old people, when they die, they say they're ready, like they're tired, like they try and comfort you and shit. Like, you might be crying and shit, and you know, you might want them to fucking live, but you know, they've you know, they're in the mindset to where they're tired now. They've experienced everything. They're ready to go, and like, you know, when you force that feeling upon somebody, like with this program, when you force that shit on somebody to where they feel like they have to go, and shit. They're not crazy and shit. They just, you don't want to keep going through this shit. You don't want to keep dealing with this shit. The real crazy people, the real murderers, are the fucking people who are putting you in that mindset. Right now I use stacked glued stones painted with paint mixed with my hair to block beam attacks. How does that work? I mean, how is it working out? I never heard of that one, Godefroy. How much weed do you smoke per day in grams if possible? Man, I don't know, man. A lot. A day? More than 7. Yep. Actually, I'll take that back. Probably about a little more than an 8. I don't think I smoke a whole fucking 7 grams a day. Though it wouldn't be hard. But yeah, I probably smoke like 7 times a day. 8 times a day. More. I definitely smoke more now than I smoked before the targeting. I smoke more now to keep my mind off shit. Before targeting, it was more, what do you call it? It was more recreational. It was more Before this targeting, smoking weed was more of a recreational thing. And now it's just to fucking deal with these fucking people, man. Keep me a mellow, keep me mellow. Not naturally I'm a person like, and I think that's one of the reasons, like, a lot of relationships I was in didn't work out, is because naturally I'm like a person, like, I can't stay, like, especially like in a house and shit. I gotta get up and I gotta move. Like, I gotta, I gotta be like somewhat productive and shit. Like, I don't like the thought of asking people for shit. You know, um, like that. Like that was like a big thing. Like that's, even still, it's like a big hurdle. Like to ask people for shit. Like I don't. It's just like it's a big hurdle. Like I even feel. I have fucking personal feelings about that. But, I understand now that, I understand that, you can't do this shit alone, but at the same time, it's still just fucking, it has some type of fucking, whether minute or big, it has a psychological effect on me. So normally, saying all that to say, I'm not really a person that's if I wasn't targeted, like I would be in I would be all over the fucking map right now, like literally, just stacking money, fucking doing it legitly though, just stacking money and shit. But going through this program, like, my only motivation for getting out the city now is just because I'm tired of dealing with these people. On some regular shit, it would just be just to see other cities and shit, experience other cities, and all that type of shit. Like that's the type of person I am. I don't like being in like one spot, or like I hate that shit. They even harass us with. Yeah, they do, man. They do. I mean, I've looked on it, but they don't only do that with targeted individuals. Excuse me, that was legitimate. Because I've been on like other people's channels that are like prank channels and shit like that, and they advertise that shit on them as well. But I notice they do like the fucking overflood them on our channels and shit. It's fucking clowns. It's funny. It's funny, but it's not. They are all a serious danger to society, and what's so sick about it is that they enjoy having this reputation as disorder out of chaos. Yeah, it is. It's real vigilante like, and I notice a lot of them try and make the shit right with God. Like they try and make it compatible with how God, like they're fucking doing it for God. Yep. Look at the legal marijuana game. The legal marijuana game is just like the street marijuana game. You got these people right here, voted best dispensary, go up one block and turn right on Smith's. Like they're invading their they're invading on their turf, stepping on their toes. U.S. military left sleeper cells in European countries after World War II. Oh yeah, man, I highly believe in that, man. I highly believe that they have sleepers all around us, man. Those movies ain't for nothing, bro. Anything, if enemy of the state didn't tell you that, and the shit we're going through, you know, if they live all that different shit, you know, at the very least, that should tell you these movies, they tell you more than you need to know. It just depends on how fucking programmed you've been. If you've been programmed to believe like everything's a conspiracy theory, you'll never get it. And they know for the most part, they know majority of the people that take heed to this shit and they know it, they learn it. It's few and in between, Most of the people are gonna think you're a conspiracy theorist. A lot of people know what's going on, but they're a part of it, so they're not gonna say anything. And a lot of people know what's going on and ain't gonna say anything because they know like it can bring trouble their way. So the actual and being able to expose it, it's gonna be hard. And then when you make it to where people actually benefit off of it, that is, finding it out just makes it that much harder. Or getting the problem situated. When they had to go on the ground and stop that MK Ultra program, like when they had to literally fucking stop that shit, Project Monarch and all that bullshit. Like it probably took a while for them to fucking stop that. There was probably a whole different group of us, a whole different group of us going through this fucking bullshit in a harsher way. In a harsher way to the point to where they were actually fucking probably being kidnapped and fucking tagged and shit like that. A lot of people we see talking to themselves and punching themselves all in the face and shit. All victims of our government. Notice the double red. Notice the 2 red t-shirts. I don't watch football, but I'm pretty sure there ain't no 49er football game going on today. Could be. Notice how he's touching himself.
I sure hope you don't be holding on to yourself around children like that, mister.
Fucking piece of shit. Yeah, it is, man. It's crazy to see how they use handicapped people, mentally ill people. They just put them on the front line. But you begin to understand, man. These people will use their own fucking children, man, and they don't give a fuck. You know, a person who can use their own fucking children, put their own fucking children on the front line, I don't give a fuck how big the reward is. No reward is big enough. No reward is big enough or good enough to put your fucking child on the front line. No, I don't see it. I can't comprehend it. It'll never make sense to me. But I guess in their mind, whatever happens is in the name of the greater good. You know? Maybe they'll get a little extra money so they can do more than just pay a Tesla car note off. You know? Maybe now they can take vacations and shit when they want. Hell, this is this is my child. You know, they be thinking, hell, this is my child I put on the front line. This is my child I sacrificed. You know? I want a little bit more than just a Tesla payment now. And 9 times out of 10, they'll get it. Everything will be swept under the rug. Parents will be compensated for their little one. Oh, man. It's like you had you a little, you know, you bred you a little cash cow. You sacrificed your little cash cow to this program. And once whoever dies in your family, that hush money gets good. That hush money. You know, that hush money will set you up in a position for generations to come. Your children won't have to worry about shit. It's a lot of perks, you know, whose children have participated in this fucking program for so long. As soon as they turn the age to get a car, they fucking automatically get a Hellcat or a fucking Demon or a fucking, you know, a Camaro, the car of the year. Because they're so indoctrinated and generationally fucking set from fucking the harassment, murder, suicide of fucking us, people like us. Like, shit, they have no fucking worries. They've never had to worry about anything in their life except that lottery ticket getting punched one day. And every day they get away with it, the more and more they get away with it, every day is like a boost of fucking courage. I got away with it today, I'll get away with it tomorrow. Got away with it tomorrow, I get away with it the next day until it just becomes a way of the part of their thinking. And then that one day when a target has had enough and they get that lottery ticket punched, then we're the monsters. We are the monsters of society. I don't know. I think we have different understandings, but I definitely believe a lot of them are doing it for money. D-right. This is very beneficial, man. It's a beneficial program. You gotta think. Not just neighborhood watch. You know, everybody who participates is psychologically evaluated. There are people that don't have to. You know, there are some people that don't have to pay. There are some people that just fucking being in the presence of the fucking police is like a dream come true. That's all they've ever wanted. That's all they want is some type of recognition from the police department. You know, a lot of, if you pay attention, I see it all the time, especially like around 7-Eleven. And 7-Eleven, like all the 7-Elevens is around neighborhood watch. It seems like, and you'll see like the people they put in charge. Like I learned the whole fucking. I learned the whole fucking. Well, not the whole thing, but I learned like the lingo of fucking neighborhood watch just by watching the fucking people of neighborhood watch go inside the 7-Eleven. Like I know the lead. I'm the lead. I'm the lead of this community. Like I know that means the captain of fucking, or maybe not the captain, but the person in charge of fucking neighborhood watch. Like you don't know how many times I fucking walked into 7-Eleven, different ones, and there'll either be somebody fucking standing out in front of 7-Eleven and shit, acting like they're the fucking security and shit when they're just fucking plain clothes, regular fucking people. And they'll fucking brag about they're the lead of neighborhood watch, they're the fucking top dog of neighborhood watch. Like trying to get some type of recognition and shit from the people. I've seen fucking people walk into fucking 7-Eleven claiming that they're 7-Eleven leads and are not 7-Eleven leads, but the leads of neighborhood watch are fucking demanding to see the manager of that 7-Eleven because too many people are hanging out in front of 7-Eleven, and they come in there with cocky ass attitudes like they just run shit. Like those are the people, you don't have to pay those people, like, but there are a lot of people that you have to pay, man. A lot of these people, they're doing shit like fucking taking their pants down and performing all these fucking, just humiliating acts and shit. Like you have to have some type of incentive. See, these are perps right here. Dude, what the fuck, he just signaled at the guy right there in that car. These are perps. The guy in that car right here coming here, and the guy in that yellow shirt. The guy in the yellow shirt just signaled to him. This weirdo's gonna probably come try and act all buddy and shit. They'll use black ones to try and fucking, make you, psychologically fucking do the bullshit. Be like, I ain't fucking with you, the government. The government got too many fucking weirdos fucking with me. Oh, I'm a brother just like you, man. I understand. I'm cool. I'm alright. I'm black just like you, brother. So is the person who set Malcolm up. So is the person who set Malcolm and Martin up. You can't run that bullshit on me. One tail light. Yeah, but a lot of them are getting paid. A lot of them aren't, though. I agree with you on that, 100%. Yeah, they do. They pop out the bushes like a motherfucker. I love you, Nappy. Just stop and talk. Hey, likewise, Wendy, back at you. People do it, yeah. Yep, that's for sure, man. And once you experience a family member and shit turning on you and shit, you just know, man. Everything else is up for, nothing is sacred. Loyalty Loyalty is truly a fucking loosely used word. Are those mountains in the background? Yeah. Of course, they look a lot closer than they actually are. But yep, those are mountains. You know, once you get to Milpitas or some places on the freeway, look at this goofball. Nobody want to see that shit, you goofy fuck. But once you get to Milpitas or some places out here near the freeway, you can actually, you know, if that's what you want to do, you can actually start climbing them and shit. I don't know if it's legally, but you know, they begin saying all that to say you can touch them. You're within, you know. That's the type of shit I would want to go to, but like all the access points and shit to these mountains, these actual mountains right here, all the access points and shit, like from the going up, you know, it's all on, like it's all land that people own and shit. Farms, you'll see farms and, you know, houses. Oh no, I was just wiping my mouth to let you know I understood the signal. Oh, you have a good day. Hey, we're alright. We're alright. See, a lot of them are clueless, man. A lot of people they send to harass us are clueless. Like when I beeped him, he wiped his mouth and looked at the, you know, the two people in that little black car that passed by. And you could tell they're probably like, you know, rookie police or some shit. But he looked at them for fucking, you know, how could you say? To see if they did the job right, if you will. And when I beeped the horn and he came back smiling at his face, I beeped the horn and he came back smiling and shit. I told him, nah, I was just wiping my mouth. I wanted to let you know that I understood the signal that you gave the person in the car. He said, oh, and just gave me this fucking crazy look. See, they're probably going into this, see, I got some weed right now. I don't know if you guys can see it. I got some weed right now. But they probably didn't know that, so they're going, they think, because I parked right here, I'm going to go inside that collective I don't go there anyways, but they probably think I'm gonna go in there, so they're going in there and telling them a bunch of shit. How to try and play me. How to try and word play me. Go recommend fucking bud that, like if I was to go in there and ask them like what's the most potent shit, they would give me the least potent shit. That type of shit. Like I bullshit you not. I'm asking the people. One dispensary I go to, I ask the people what's gonna get me the highest. And they put they put fucking pretty much on all the on the packaging, they'll put the grade of weed and how much percentage of fucking THC it has and shit. They'll tell you all that. And literally, like, I went in there and I'm looking for the bud that's gonna give me the most highest. This is like when I was taking the trip to Sacramento and shit. And so I'm asking the person to give me the highest grade of fucking THC that's an indica, like the sleepy weed, not the not the sativa, indica. And I swear, like, these people fucking gave me and I didn't open it until I fucking, actually got to one of my pit stops to where I was gonna take a break. And I opened the fucking weed and it wasn't buds. It was like a powder. It was like keef almost, like fucking. That's what it was. It was like keef. It was like powder fucking. And I'm like, man, I just paid $34 fucking for an eighth of fucking powder. I couldn't even light that shit and smoke it. Like it wouldn't even light. Yeah, I'm tired of it too, Rich. It's like we just gotta remain strong, bro. Every day's a bitch. Every day's a fucking bitch, man. But, for the most part, we deal with it, man. We get through it. And that's all, that's all you can expect of a human being, man. I mean, dealing with what we deal with, they could definitely be expecting a whole lot more, know that. But, us, as far as us, like, we just gotta fucking continue to fucking pushing through it, man. And, leave it in God's hand until we're ready to fucking get up. Until we get tired of it. There's phases, I think, in this shit to where, there's phases. You go through it, you get tired of going through it, you start making videos. Go through it longer, you start doing other things. You start thinking of more and more ways to expose the program. And, you just evolve. Until either one day you fucking go out killing a bunch of these fucking weirdos, or the program's actually over. Or it goes into deep cover. It goes into deep cover. It goes into hiding until the next generation. Until all the people who really remember when the program was really going on, until they die off. When most of the people, like when the original MK Ultra, the original MK Ultra people, most of them all died off, or they're so fucking, tampered with because of the fucking program thrown on them and shit that they don't understand shit. They're not, they can't identify shit no more. So it's like, that generation dies off, and then they come up out of hiding. You got you a whole new fucking program that you're dealing with. Or the same program, just an evolved program under a different name. Like the people who can recognize right now MK Ultra, the people who could fucking, correlate this program with MK Ultra and the shit they went through, most of them motherfuckers is dead. Yup. They just wait on that new generation. They come up out of hiding, throw a new name on it, and hope that, excuse me, that's legitimate. Hope that none of us investigate enough to, put two and two together and, start identifying certain shit and tactics with Project Blue Monarch and all that fucking shit. As long as when the first person comes out, like when the first person started trying to expose this targeting and shit, like everything was cool until the first person tried to expose it. Then that's when they start putting their fucking tactics into place. But people are dumb to this shit. People are naive to this shit for a long time. Look at that domestic terrorist. Fucking shame. Look at the touch of their butt. Yeah, a lot of these people are Freemasons, man. I know a lot of the black ones are Freemasons and shit. Your Ivy League fucking I shouldn't say Ivy League. Your Ivy League style. Your Ivy League style goofball. Fraternity Negro. These are the same black people that you'll see fucking, going to events like Black Lives Matter and fucking George Floyd and shit. These are those blacks that'll tell you they're with the fucking movement, but they fucking participate with the very same people who will fucking shoot them in the face, get away with it, make up an excuse, and bring up every bad fucking thing about you. That's why I don't understand some of these black people that work for these motherfuckers. Like literally, they do this shit about you. Like the number one thing, like the police teach their cadets that their number one threat is a black person. And this is I'm not saying something. I'm not just coming out the hill with this. This is something that fucking police officers will tell you. This is something that white police officers will tell you. Ones that know it's not right, they'll fucking say, like, they'll try and speak up against it and say it's not right. But they teach you that, your number one threat is a black person. So, you indoctrinate people with that type of fucking garbage. You fucking teach people that garbage, and you fucking have them living their life on that garbage. Some of us begin to hate ourselves. We begin to hate our fucking selves, man. There you get. Those are your perks. Those are your perks that sit on the sideline and watch, like the guy last night that called me a fucking nigger. Like the guy that called me a nigger last night, the car in front of him, the car that he came walking from, I'm not sure if he got out of it. Like, I seen the car when it parked there, but I was too busy doing other shit to see if he actually got out the car, but he was talking to the guy in the car. That's how I knew he was connected with that car, because he was talking to the guy. And then, he's in his military shit. You gotta always, you always gotta, once you see the military shit, they're a part of it. So when he comes and fucking sits next, look at the military fucking pack, fucking sticking his gay ass booty out with his fucking military shit. Don't say nothing, don't ask, don't tell shit. Sticking his little fucking feminine ass booty out there like a female with a fucking military hip pouch on and shit. That don't scream out gay. I don't know what does. Don't ask, don't fucking tell. I'm not gonna ask because I don't want to know. Okay. Let me make sure I got this shit. Alright. Chill out. those percentages aren't accurate a lot of the times. Not if you mean if it's a percentage I put out there, yeah, it's definitely not gonna look at this sellout. It's definitely not gonna be accurate. We got this sellout just waiting. Just waiting to do some harassment.
The people Martin Luther King and Malcolm X killed would be very proud of you. You're a good soldier for the cause.
Look at him. He don't even turn around. So, these motherfuckers, man. Keep it going, soldier. Crazy, man. Just some of the things that just like history fucking presented as far as you know, just certain shit and our relationship as black people with the police, like you would think. Look at this shit. This isn't a drive-through waiting for me to pass by so he could get me. Like, that's how strategic they are. They'll actually go and fucking drive-throughs and wait to pass them up. Like, that's how they try and time shit. Like, it's crazy. And they actually be on point sometimes. For the most part, you know, they got shit rigged up, timing and all that shit. I think it's because they have people strategically set in spots throughout your fucking route, so it doesn't matter. You know, eventually you're gonna pass up one of them. So, you know, automatically, subconsciously, you're gonna fucking automatically come in your head. I mean, it's gonna be in your head that these people, you know, they're everywhere, they're following you and shit. When in reality, they just have them strategically set up all over the place. Very, very, very devious people. So, now that we went up there, we parked up there.